Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here in Middle-earth once again, and we have a glorious 2v2 here as we have Dorwinion and the Iron Hills battling against Rohan and Gondor. So the men of the West are now facing off against the good forces of the East, I guess, in some sort of weird curse scenario where I guess like Sauron's been defeated and now the victors of the War of the Ring are now fighting amongst themselves to decide who will have dominion over this Middle-earth. But yes, we are here with a glorious 2v2 siege battle, and yeah, we are already seeing the attackers inside the walls, and this is very unusual. I feel like the defenders, you know, giving up one of their biggest assets here with the walls, and they're very, very, well, certainly since Dorwinion and the Iron Hills both started on this side here, and they've both made their assault here. It's a very one-dimensional attack, really, from the attackers. It would have been very easy for the defenders to line up all their forces on this wall and just try and repulse them, and it would, and I mean, they would have had a good chance, and it would have certainly been a very effective decision. But instead, they're going to try and defend the streets of the settlement here. I can't actually remember the name of the settlement off the top of my head for some reason. I don't know why. I was thinking it was Long Garland, but it's not, because Long Garland is on by a river. So I can't remember the name of it. And we play this one so often on the stream. So that's awful. It's showing I clearly have memory issues. But anyway, we have Gondor defending these streets already here. As we also have Rohan as well. I mean, Rohan's infantry is not great. So that they're going to try and risk it in fighting in the streets rather than on the walls is kind of surprising. I mean, Dorwinion's infantry is nothing too great either. They're like the Dorwinion infantry, which they're going to rely on heavily. Is like Javi infantry first, and then they charge in, and then they're okay. They're probably a decent match for the Erling retainers. But yeah, the Violent Guard's going to be their real like punching power when it comes to their sword units. I'm surprised actually. Well, actually, I think they have spammed out the Dorwinion infantry. They're just not getting in the door. There is a bit of like after you, no, after you, and just shoving and arging and barging going on here, trying to get through the gate. And Dane joins that scrum to try and get in. But yes, it does seem as though the attackers are just going to take a few minutes here to get ready before they make their assault. Oh, we actually have a little bit of a sally out going on here. So we have the Iron Hills that made a little sneaky push over here, and we actually have Household Knights, and we also have Theoden here, and they are just having taken no prisoners when it comes to killing off this Iron Hill unit here. There you go, that's a very, very dead Dwarven unit if I've ever seen one. And that is some free kills there for Rohan. I'll be loving life there. But yes, if you're wondering how the heck we have the Iron Hills and Dorwinion in Dawnless Days, there is a submod that adds them. It is the Last Breath submod. It's a fairly well-known one. It's one of the best submods around, really well-balanced with the main mod. And yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't already. It's on the Steam Workshop, very easy to get. And I'll leave a link for it in the description so you guys can go and check it out if you haven't already got it. And if you want to see more Dawnless Days action and more Lord of the Rings content, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support, guys. It really does help out the channel as we work towards 10k subs. There's also another sneaky little force over here. I don't know really what these guys are planning on doing. Maybe they've been kept here, these Avari Wanderers, till late game. To sort of shoot over the flanks. I'm not really sure. There is a spear unit to try and protect them here, as well as an Iron Guard as well, so it's a good spear unit. It's a lot of resources really just being kept there just to, well, I don't know, just be a little bit of a pest, really. I don't know how much they're going to get done there. This was also a strange move, I felt like, by the Dwarves sending with just one lone sword unit, just to try and knock down this gate and then just come in through this way. I mean, I think it's a little bit early to try it as well. They should have maybe waited until the battle had actually kind of begun and forces actually been committed, and then maybe tried to go in for that sort of push. But yeah, the Cav getting some free easy kills, and that's a good win for them. Bounce power is slightly in favor of the attackers. They have 4,000 going up against 3,100. The numbers probably would be different, but we have Dwarves here. Dwarves have smaller units, so that's why numbers is not so... it's quite even. But yeah, we'll see how this one goes down. It looks like Dorwinion's going to be the first to go in. They've got the Dorwinion infantry setting up here, making some sort of a screen with the Javies. We've got pikes as well here. I guess they're a little bit worried of the Cav now that Rohan has obviously brought Cav. It is going to be a little bit of a threat. And we're also seeing some archer fire already start to come down onto these Dorwinion infantry. And they're going to bounce off the shields to start with. They're firing head on at the Dorwinion infantry. They're not going to do so much damage to them. They look like they're going to push forward. Looks like that was enough to encourage Dorwinion to move forward. He's like, right, I guess we're going into combat. A couple of them starting to drop now. Yep, it's going to start getting more intense, this archer fire. Going up against Gondor swords is not going to be an easy fight, especially when they have triple bronze chevron as well. They're actually going to be a pretty tough nut to crack for these Dorwinian infantry. With them being heavy infantry going up against very heavies, yeah, that's going to be tough. Looks like they're going to try and double team this unit with Jabbies. Whether they want to try and keep some ammunition for late game, I don't know. They're dealing with pikes, but we'll see. Just a bit of a standoff now. And the final thing I'll say before we get into this chaotic siege battle is if you want to send in any of your own Dawnless Days replays, or you want to just get involved in some streams or some battles of our own, then feel free to join our Discord. The link is down below in the description. You're more than welcome to get involved in some glorious battles. Yeah, our Discord. Welcome to all, whether you're a veteran player or whether you're a brand new player to Total War. All are welcome. But yeah, as you can see here, it looks like actually, did they bring more Avari Warren? No, okay, they didn't bring their Avari Wanderers inside. I thought maybe they had. They can bring 3. And here we go. The Jabbies are being released, doing some damage, even if they're very heavy melee infantry. Gondor is going to suffer casualties here. Well, 5 or 6 so far. Yeah, they're going to. Oh, yeah, there you go. Starting to drop quite considerably. And multiple units of winning infantry like this can do a significant amount of damage to a unit. It's a good way to weaken up a unit before you go into melee. I mean, look at that. 30 dead before even a single Dorwinian sword goes in. And yeah, Dorwinian only lost like 4. It's a good trade, really. It looks like they are trying to shoot things further back now. The archers are trying to hit some of these reserves. Not a bad idea. These Avari Wanderers are taking quite a lot of hits as well. They're a good unit. They want to hold on to them. Avari Elves, very good asset that Dorwinian has. That adds like some bows, some really good bows and some really good spears. Looks like we're going to see Matic Warriors going in a moment here. This is not a bad fight for them either. There's no real archers around as well to kind of get involved in that fight. So shock infantry could really excel here. So they might want to go in for that. Looks like we're also going to see Javies start to do their work over here against the early retainers. This might be even better for Dorwinians, to be honest, because these are heavy melee infantry. They are probably going to suffer even more casualties to Javies. We'll see. And here we go. I think we're going to see the first clash of arms. It is going to be the Matic Warriors going in against Gondor here. And in they go. Start hammering away at those Gondorians. Make them pay. Not quite sure for what, but make them pay. There you go, the Matic Warriors trying to do their bit, and it looks like also Dorwinian's going in. Oh, it hasn't actually quite gone in, just got a little bit closer. Okay, oh, there you go. In he goes. I was going to say the order surely is going to get given soon. To go in. Yeah, Gondor seems like he's taking on this most of this initial fighting. Kind of surprising. I would have kind of kept it in reserve, like Rohan do most of the initial fighting. Mainly because Rohan's just got poorer infantry, but it is what it is. Matic Warriors here, yeah, they are killing off these Gondorian swords pretty quickly. Shock infantry will. Shock infantry, if it doesn't get attacked by like ranged units or by other shock or pole arms or something like that, it will do well. And that is bizarre to see the Matic Warriors retreat because they were winning that fight. I guess are falling back maybe because of the Theoden Rangers coming up? Oh no, they're just going for a cycle charge. I don't see what was the need. They were winning the fight already. If anything, they actually lost men unnecessarily for that. They are getting another charge off, which is great. And yeah, these Gondor sword infantry are back to losing. So I guess there is some method to that madness, but I don't know. I feel like you just lose men unnecessarily. The Theoden Rangers, though, if they keep firing volleys into that engagement, they will equal that, even that fight up. And there you go. They're going to do it again. Matic Warriors. I mean, they're not the most heavy of infantry. They are technically heavy shock infantry, but they're not like the most elite unit. So I don't know if I would be wanting to cycle them in and out because they can't take the hits. There you go. No, another good charge to be fair by the Matic Warriors. Maybe there is the way to play with them. They are toying with this Gondorian sword infantry, but their effectiveness after this unit is going to be pretty much null and void. Early retainers over here. They're getting beaten back by Iron Hill Warriors, actually. They sent in those guys. Instead of sending in the Dorwinian infantry. Again, I'd be keeping the Dwarves in reserve, to be honest. Let Dorwinian do most of the fighting. I think the Dwarves infantry is just much better roster for a siege battle. There's only like a couple of units like the Violent Guards and maybe some of the spears you might want to keep, like the Avari Warriors, which they have as a general here. I'd be maybe keep those. That would be it. I would send everything else in first if I was the Dwarves. Dwarves, Pikes going to be pretty good asset to have a late game. Well, Seldu and Bridge Wars are pretty good actually as well. Elites, they are elites. There you go. As you can see now, the Massive Warriors have won their fight. They are going to get focused on, I imagine, as they run towards the next line. I don't think they'll get many kills here. They'll get some, but not many. And Rohan should hold the choke point for now. Yeah, his choke point's now a little bit more difficult to attack since there are archers now positioned over here. We have Helmingast and we also have Theoden Rangers. So they put some elites into that choke point, that's for sure. Iron Hill's actually starting to lose this fight. I imagine this is because there's probably archer intervention from someone. Oh, it's definitely from this Helmingast up here, which has got a great angle into the side of that combat down there. Really nice to see. Actually, yeah, it looks like Dorwinian will break through, but it's going to come up with some heavy losses here. Like, even though they jabbied this unit of the Gondorians to, like, hell, it's still taking a lot of heavy losses. Gondorian sword infantry is solid. So we might see the second Dorwinian infantry get thrown in. Also, they are well chevroned up, so that also is not helping their situation. And look at that, even more Rohan infantry going in. The early retainers being thrown in. They really want to try and push back this Iron Hill assault. There you go, early retainers winning. Well, this one's winning. That one's not, but it might survive. You never know. Problem is that the Iron Hill units are all going to hold till pretty much the last man because, well, like even Iron Hill Warriors, they fight to pretty low numbers. And it only gets worse with more and more elite units coming up. More Manic Warriors being set up. Don't know if this is the play really now because the Athelian Rangers and the Helmingast are here. I don't know if this is really the play. I don't know if they'll break through. I'd be setting up maybe something like a sword. Or they brought a lot of spears, I've realized as well. Khan and Riverguard, like a lot of these guys. And Iron Guard. Iron Guard, fair enough, they're a solid unit. I just don't know if I would have wasted money on the Khan and Riverguard. I would have probably, if they really were that concerned about Rohan Cav, apparently. They brought up a lot of spears. Again, another reason why I'd be sending in Dorwinian first, because he's actually the one with most of the spears. Avari Warriors here as well. A pretty solid unit. They'll do a lot of damage. I feel like they're a better holder than they are attacker. I found that I feel like in 1 or 2 games I've seen them do amazing on the attack, but when I end up playing with them and I try and use them on the attack, they don't do much. So yeah, jury's out on them. But yeah, a lot of spears being brought by the attackers in today's siege. This could make for a interesting finale, we'll see. But yeah, who do you think is going to win in this battle? Are you rooting for the men of the West or the forces of the East? Do let me know in the comments. Dorwinian though going in again. I wouldn't be wasting ammo if I was the attackers. Sorry, the defenders on these Dorwinian swords. They're just not worth it. The Dwarves are going back in. It's a healthy unit. Actually, maybe I would now. Not saying you're wasting, really, shooting into the Dorwinian infantry. But it's a bit of a blob for me. I don't think they need 2 units to try and break through a single early retainer. Because they're trash. But yeah, the Manic Warriors actually did get a good charge off on the early retainers. No support from archers either, just to shoot this shock infantry. That's what you use archers for. Shoot shock and pikes. And maybe other archers. Because they have very terrible missile blocks. Yeah, Gondor Swords going in. Again, they're going to cycle out the Manic Warriors. I don't think this is a good idea now that they're getting 2v1'd. Look at this. Yeah, Gondor's not going to allow it. He's going to chase him. And this is what you risk by pulling out. If you don't have anything in else to support, you just allow this unit to get mowed down. And that's what Gondor's done. He's like, yeah, screw it. I've seen what your tricks are. I saw it the first time. I'm not going to allow you to cycle. He is actually pulling back himself. He will lose a few men. But the Manic Warrior is basically dead. 60 left. Yes, it's not a good unit. It will break pretty soon, I would have thought. And also, it's not going to like break through that line. And now you can see Violent Guards have been thrown up. So already seeing elites being thrown in by Dorwinian. They want to see some stuff get done. Khan and Riverguard also being sent forward by the looks of it. They are breaking through some of these early retainers. There is another one to still get through, and the Iron Hill Warriors are winning that fight at the moment. And looks like we're going to see Axthanes coming up, which I think these guys are worse technically than the retainers. So that these guys weren't the front line, I'm a little concerned. I don't know really what their benefits are. I think they have probably a decent melee attack because they're an axe unit, but yeah, they're not a great unit, that's for sure. Very much for like a low tier game. I feel like Axthanes and Swordthanes are, but yeah, they're being sent forward anyway. We'll see what they do. And yeah, look at this. They're starting to see a considerable amount of forces being thrown in here for both sides. Violent Guards going in. River Guard also being committed. I wouldn't commit these guys immediately. I keep them in reserve. But nope, in they go. I also like how they like Spear and Shield, and they have the red cape. Gives them a bit of a Spartan vibe, just the River Guard. The Dwarven Spartans. What a cursed image that would be. They're already tough as nails as it is, the Dwarves. They don't need to have Spartan-like ideas as well. Yeah, they're going to break through that line eventually. Gondor is actually going to fall back. Again, I don't know if this is a wise idea. I mean, the unit's pretty much dead as it is. It's 60. It's not exactly going to achieve much more, I feel like. Might as well just leave it in there just to carry on dying it. Let the archers do a little bit of work, try and shoot some of these units. That's just my opinion. I usually don't try and preserve units, especially when it gets to this sort of stage. If you had like 100 left, I might pull it back and then have it commit in with the retainers here again, make another solid line. But you might as well just send up the retainers to do that. And yeah, look at that. Gondor's just going to countercharge anyway. To be honest, I don't think he's going to countercharge onto Khan and Riverguard. I don't think that's going to achieve much. It's only a sword unit as well. The charge bonus is insane. Over on the other side here, the Dwarves are actually taking the initiative when it comes to attacking this side, sending in Iron Guard. Again, more elites going in. And elite spears. This is going to take a long time to break through if they break through. Yeah, defenders might commit more troops here. Yeah, Gondor sword infantry against Iron Guard. It's two tough units, to be fair. They both will hold for a little while. The sword's technically a better melee attack as well, I think, than the Iron Guards. I can't remember the Iron Guard melee attack off the top of my head right now. But yeah, it's well matched, you can see here. Not many losses on either side. The Dwarves have lost literally no one. Gondor have taken 5 losses. Guards of Mudaseld back here as well. I'm still not used to the name. They're Guard of the Golden Hall, really, to me. But yeah, Guards of Mudaseld waiting as well. Another elite spear there waiting patiently. Gondor archers also trying to get involved, shoot the Iron Guards. It's not a target I'll be going for either because they're just so well armored. Not what I'll be trying to take out. Yeah, Axthanes here losing already in the fight. This one's combat even for now, but yeah, they're not gonna hold for long. They're just bodies being committed right now. Numbers, it's looking pretty good for the well, for both sides actually. I think they've like taken about 1,000 losses each. Fairly well matched actually for the defenders. They could do with narrowing the gap a little bit though. Yeah, 1,000-man difference. It's not bad. That's definitely like still recoverable for the defenders because they have the defenses, they have the nasty choke points. As this battle like develops, it's going to get tougher for the attackers. These early stage choke points that they're fighting for, not very strategic, not very defensible, really. Cav rear charging their own men. Yeah, this is not going to achieve much. I don't know why players think this does a lot. This is, yeah, just all you're doing. The charge bonus is going straight into the back of your own troops there by doing that. Could he not just go up and around? Like, I know there's spears here, so yeah, he can't really. But yeah, that would be what you really want to do. Try and go up and around and see whether you can cause a threat there. The Khan River Guard eventually going to have to move. But yeah, this cav could be used elsewhere. They could get it ready for a charge when this line eventually breaks, because the Axe Thanes are going to die here. I mean, you could actually just pull back this healthy Axe Thane, put it to the choke point there, and then you could have let these 2 other units die, and then have the cav ready for a charge. That's what I do. Yeah, look at that. The cav lost about 4 men unnecessarily. I bet they didn't even kill 4. It's something that I don't want to criticize. It's not a good criticism. It's more that by people watching my videos, hopefully get a little bit of advice, a little bit of insight. Don't recharge your own men with cav. You don't really achieve a lot. In other Total Wars, a bit like Napoleon Total War 3, you actually do damage to your own troops. You don't necessarily kill them, but you just, the morale goes down and you scare your own troops, which is realistic. I would be unnerved like anyone else if my own team was rear charging me. You'd think, have they changed sides? Have they betrayed us to the dirty dwarves?
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
The fighting goes on here. What's that cav doing? Oh, they're actually going to send more spears forward. I thought maybe they are actually falling back some units of Axe Thanes, like I said they could, but they're actually not. Oh, and they went for. Did they go for another charge again? They lost more men, so I think. Yeah, they've been in for another charge. Don't keep rear charging Rohan. It's not achieving much. You can see like the riderless horses here. Yeah, they've been in for a charge. It does not achieve much. You just get your own men stuck in your form, like in the fight. And that's it. Axe Thane's winning a fight, though. I never thought I'd see it. Beating Dorwinian infantry, of all things. Heavy axe against heavy melee. I guess, yeah, man, I do. Again, he's going to do it again, I think, here. It's just a waste of very expensive cavalry. This is household knights. It's a good cav. It's the best cav around that Rohan can bring. But yeah, he doesn't really want to waste those. Because otherwise, what's the point in bringing Rohan? You might as well play another faction. Like, for a siege, Rohan's not a great choice. You do have to rely heavily on your cav to do a lot of heavy lifting here. If you're Dorwinian, you want to shoot this cav as much as possible. These Avari Wanderers surely are in range. You want to shoot these Household Knights. There we go. He's doing it as soon as I said it. I think he's going to try and go for another charge here as well, Rohan. Look at that. Yeah, every volley is starting to kill a few horsemen now. They're weaker. Taking casualties. Yeah, he's going to go for a charge. They are trying to pull out their infantry, granted, and then go for a charge. But even still, they're getting stuck on the first couple of Gondorians that they hit. And they're also charging into spears. He's a Khan and River Guard here as well. This is not going to end well for his Household Knight. Yeah, there you go, the Household Knights down to 30. And that's pretty much a wasted unit now. The fighting continues. Gondor now being thrown into this melee down here as well. As the Dwarven Spartans push on. Now we've got Khan and Hunters being thrown in over here. They are out of Javies now, so good to see. And it looks like this is going to be the way that they plan to try and break through. Gondor's still winning the fight, though. Skirmishes up against heavy sword infantry is kind of an unfair fight, to be fair. Yeah, there you go. At least kind of like hunted out of ammo, but they should really have got some support from something. Yeah, I don't know why these Iron Guards just sat back and just waited. And again, the cav going in. Like if you're gonna do this play, like what they're trying to do, don't do it against spears, and also like try and angle your cav, like angle your infantry, so like that you can still get a good side charge into units. Like this cav has just not achieved a lot. It's a triple bronze chevron household knight. It's definitely not achieved what it should be getting. It should be getting like 200, 300 kills potentially. Because I mean, there's not much. I mean, bar the spears, which are kind of scattered about. There's a lot of there's still quite a lot of swords and other units that they could be charging down or getting just side charges onto. But yeah, clearly the Dwarves are like, screw it. The Iron Guards aren't quick enough for killing these Gondorians. We're just going to send in the Javis to do the work. And they did kind of do the work. They got this Gondor sword down quite a bit. The guards of Mudasel still alive. They're getting shot. Oh, they're getting shot by the Avari Wanderers, I think, now. I think. Taking fire. Yeah, they are. They're getting shot by Avari Wanderers. And they are firing, but they're stopping. So you can't pick them out. That is really clever. I think that's what they're doing. But yeah, the guards of Mudasel getting absolutely focused down here. I don't think the Rohan players realized. Okay, he's actually just going to continue firing. But they were like firing and then going into cover, so they couldn't be seen and shot at themselves, which is really clever. And this is really going to help open up this choke point here and make it very much easier. Like the Dwarves need to push hard, and the Dwarves and Dorwin need to push hard here. Looks like finally Gondor's realized. Oh no, Gondor's still not realized the situation. He's still shooting into this this fight down here. That's nearly dead, a very much dead unit. Gondor might have realized in the sense that he's sending Fountain Guard over there, but he's not going to actually try and challenge the Avari Wanderers. They are healthy and have full ammo. But he has plenty of units back here that could shoot at them. Helmingas, and we've got Ithilien Rangers. They could go and take these guys out if they wanted to. Now the Avari Wanderers are moving on. I don't know what to, but maybe to come inside the city. To be honest, I'd stay there. Just keep shooting. There's a perfectly good Fountain Guard that's going to come up now, and you could shoot. Yep, they are going to stay there. Thank God. Shoot those guys down. You want to kill that Fountain Guard as quickly as possible. And to be honest, if I was the defenders, I'd stop starting to commit troops to these areas here. It's not. I would try and get stuff back if I can, because these choke points are not being held forever. Helmingas are doing a decent job. They should be able to hold the line. They are a pretty good melee, melee infantry. They do get out an axe and a shield. They do look cool when they go into battle. Granted. This is the problem with the Ithilien Rangers. Another great unit that's actually very good at melee as an arch unit, but it's got very poor very poor armor. So they just get shot to like the hell if they just kind of get left in the open. But it's actually also as good for the defenders because right now we have Avari Wanderers wasting ammo on a Ithilien Ranger that's out of ammo. So really, as like for the purpose of an arch unit of shooting all of its ammo, it's done. It's complete. It doesn't actually have to achieve much more than that. It doesn't have to go into melee and get 100 kills. And now it's just soaking up ammunition that otherwise the attackers could have used on pikes, polearms, other archers that have ammo. So the attackers there have been wasteful. But yeah, these Helmingas should hold for a while. They're actually winning the fight against Khan and Riverguard. That's kind of crazy. They are a healthy unit, I guess. The Riverguard have been there a little while. They actually probably will roll over this entire front here. The Helmingas. There's only a very battered Yard Patroller and then a very battered Avari Wanderer. Unless they don't set anything else up, yeah, the Helmingas will hold that choke point. And actually looks like, the attackers might be beaten back here as well. Khan and Riverguard are getting shot down. The Axades might break, but it looks like the Gondor Swords will hold the line. That is kind of crazy. I don't think they should really hold these positions any longer, though, because they don't have much left further back. They've got a Fountain Guard. They've got some more archers. They actually have a lot of archers they need to be using. Citadel Guard is gold chevroned. My gosh. Yeah, balance power is not looking good. 2,500 against 1,200. The 1,000-man difference, that's gone. And yeah, look at this. Fountain Guard getting focused down. This sneaky little move here by these Avari Wanderers. As soon as they stop firing, they go hidden, so you can't find them. It's a real problem. It's something that clearly the attackers can't deal with. But it could be dealt with quite easily if they sent out King Theoden. Like, they know where the shots are coming from, surely. Send Theoden out, send him around through the forest. He'll clear out those archers pretty quickly. It's a bit late now because the pikes are pretty much dead. Or the pole arms are pretty much dead, but it could be done. And that actually would be a good use for his cav, which otherwise is not done a lot today. I mean, Theoden could also... I don't know how far these guys are committing, these Avari warriors. But if Theoden wanted to, he could also try and commit and hit these Avari warriors while they're on the march. But not now. If you can get them on the march, it could actually be a pretty devastating charge. But they are probably going to just, like... I mean, if they do the right thing, they just push up to that choke point there, block that off, and then they flank on around and destroy this choke point and make it pretty much redundant. And Theoden, in his response, is actually just going to hide further into the forest. I don't know what he's trying to achieve there. I guess maybe try and get a sneaky rear charge or something and route some, I don't know, route some units. It's going to be hard. I think the units that are being all pushed up are elites as well. It's going to be hard to route them with one charge or even two. Archers here, try to hold on. I mean, they're out of ammo. They just got to, you know... Actually, they're not out of... Are they out of ammo? Yeah, they are. Okay, I think I was looking at the Helming gas. I was like, these guys definitely should not be in combat. Look at that, though. Guards of Mudacell down to 15 men. I don't even think they've actually seen any action. They've still got plenty of Khan Hunters here that can do a lot of damage. And we've got Avari Warriors, yeah. The attackers have got some good units in reserve. They played a good game, the attackers. They played a really good game. The defenders made a few mistakes. I think not defending the wall to start with. I think it's a big mistake. I think commonly now, you see everyone defend on the walls. You don't see... like just defenders fighting inside the walls and just giving up the walls for no losses, apart from like Moria, but Moria doesn't count. Like everyone usually defends the walls, and it shows because otherwise you allow like units like shock infantry to get good charges if you don't shoot them, and that was another bit of a mistake I think by the defenders not shooting like vulnerable units like shock infantry, those Matic warriors. They were allowed to have far too many easy charges. I think archer fire as well. I think it's still, I can't remember, they always change like what the abilities of archers do. But I think archers as well, like archer volleys, they slow down a charge. So they're a perfect counter really at archers for shock infantry because they slow a charge down. They also, shock infantry has no missile block, so you're just killing them. And so yeah, it's a great unit to use against them, but they didn't do it at all well. And the cav as well, that's the big one. The cav's not being used properly. That could really have done a lot of damage and been a real nuisance because the attackers didn't bring any, so it would have been at the mercy of them. I mean, they did a good start off well, taking out that Dwarven unit, but after that, it's not been used great. By the way, also, this choke point's been broken through, so the Dwarves are now moving up to actually assault up here. They haven't actually yet set up anything as well. They're just going to go straight in for Helming gas at the moment. There are some Founding Guard that could be thrown in just to slow them down. But yeah, that will also mean the death of this choke point here. And a gate's been captured, which I guess that means that they're doing that to stop Theoden maybe getting an escape. I don't know if they know he's actually here. There's a lot of spears, a lot of pikes around here, so it's very much anti-cav territory. Theoden wants to stay hidden for as long as possible, yeah, he doesn't want to move at all.
The enemy refuses to
but it does look as though also this choke point's pretty much at an end. I mean, it's pretty much undefendable. They should have probably started to fall back as soon as those Avari warriors started shooting and causing problems. It looks like they're going to just try and bottle up around the final choke point, which is, well, the final choke point, I guess, is here, actually at the victory point, but they're going to probably try and form up some sort of defenses here. It's going to be tough. They haven't got a lot of infantry left. We've got one spear, 2 polearms, a lot of archers, and a general. And Theoden is going to try something now. This is bold, because surely if the Dornian player is, aware of it, he's going to turn around his watchman, and they're just going to charge into the watchman. Yeah, this is not going to end well. He's actually not going to set up in time, though. Oh, maybe he did just get his pikes down at the last moment. Theoden still got off a good charge. Yeah, he's actually might kill that watchman unit. It's going to take... it took 5 casualties. He might take a couple more here. It's whether he breaks it. And also it's whether he can pull out. I don't know if he really can pull out of that combat without taking even more cavalry losses. The watchmen were wavering. They did not break. Spears are on their way. Got Khan and River Guard. As this fight goes on, maybe the pikes will start to kill more. Oh, he's going to try and pull through, I think. Yep, he's going to try and pull through, which equally is a bit of a no-no. A, because it's just straight up cheating, but also you will just lose a whole bunch of cav. He lost, yeah, 6 cav just from that one move there. And you say only 6 cav? Well, it's only a unit of 70. It's a good portion of his unit. It did break it eventually. Not a bad charge, actually. Probably not the worst thing to do in the world. Probably did take a lot of HP damage charging into a pike unit, but did actually rout and kill a whole pike unit as well, which, if it was a slightly closer game at this point, would be huge, but it's, I think it won't make much of a difference, I think. They've got enough range units, I think, have the attackers that they can kind of deal with these final few pole arms. I don't think the result's in doubt what's going to happen now. The balance of power is way in favor of one side, and they have all the assets they need to take this final position. Theoden should go in for his Violent Guard if he's going to go in for anything. Don't charge more spears, especially... Oh, they're forming square as well. Yeah. I don't know what he was actually trying to charge for, whether he's trying to go through the gap. It is technically beating this Iron Guard, but he's taking unnecessary losses from charging it. Like, you could probably take less losses from charging that sword unit. Because, yeah, when he pulls out here, he's going to lose a lot more. Yeah, he's down to sub 50 now. Yeah, look at that. Takes a lot of losses there. The 43 each, yeah, just retreat, go back up this hill and try and rejoin his friends. He had an opportunity to get those Violent Guards maybe and then just go up the hill. But yeah, it's not the end of the world really. He did okay, did the same. He's probably got more kills than the other Household Knights, but still not masses. Still not masses. We'll just fast forward a little bit, I think, as we wait for the attackers to try and, you know, make their final move. I think they're just making sure Theoden gets back home and stays there. To be honest, if I was the Dwarves, just bring up your Cannon Hunters and start to jabby these guys. They're actually going to send in the Ivari Warriors to try and take on Founding Guards. Okay, I mean that's fine. Tie down the Founding Guards, then send in the Cannon Hunters just to jabby on the side or something, or the Archers also to do the work. Yeah, the Ivari Warriors are instantly losing because they're a spear going up against a polearm. It's not going to be healthy for them. Cannon Hunters are now on their way. And yeah, the pikes need to come up as well. The pikes have better range than the polearms, so they should be able to clear a path there if they have to fight any of them. It looks like we're going to see Helmingas holding in this front line, which is a pretty decent defense, you've got to remember. Like, Rohan's archers are pretty good. We're going to see a charge. This is not a bad move here from Rohan, parting the seas of Helmingas for Theoden to come charging down and hit these Violent Guards. It's not a bad idea if they weren't so close to Iron Guards. They are. And now the Iron Guard being a healthy unit and established, it's going to take some casualties into Theoden. To be fair, he did some decent damage to that Violent Guard, to be fair. Theoden's still losing a fair amount of riders, though. And yeah, the Helmingas now just need to block that choke point off again. Don't think they can do that trick again for a second time, but we'll see. Oh, and it looks like, look at this. Actually, they are turning this fight around. I don't think that's because of archers. Cannon Hunters haven't fired a volley off yet. They're getting hit hard as well by archer volleys. The Athenian Rangers doing a lot of work for these jabbies. They know that they're the dangers of the pikes. They are trying to jabby, so they're actually trying to jabby the general. I'm trying to hit that Fountain Guard if I can. These poor guys. Look at the volleys coming in. Oh, the dwarves are dropping like flies. We're going to see a flank, I think, here from the Gondor General. It's not the cleanest of one. Definitely pulls slightly through the Ivari Warriors. They'll lose some men for that, but he's trying to get the Cannon. It's not the worst flank in the world. Just definitely could have just done with going a little wider. Theoden again. He's doing the back to his old tricks. Charging into the back of units. Like Rohan here just needs to learn how to use cav a little bit better, I think. Just a little bit. Because like we're charging these pikes. Going to break up the pike formation. It's also just not doing any good for Theoden. You just hit in the back of your own men. And he's charging spears again. Spears are anti-cav. Remember that, Rohan. They are anti-cav. He could have gone around the engagement and flanked around and gone for the Cannon Hunters. Or charged down here. Cause some chaos. I mean, there's just a lot of pikes down here, though. That's the thing. A lot of pikes and spears. Maybe why they decided to bring so many pikes and spears, to be honest. See, this would be a better charge now. If he didn't send it back, if he didn't send the, well, actually, it wasn't too bad. wasn't awful. He sent in the Fountain Guard again, which kind of did dupe it. But it was not a bad charge, actually. Taking out those Vari warriors, getting a decent rear charge while the Facility Guard held them in place.
And he can no longer fire.
But the Helming Gas as well, they're holding here. I think they can form shield wall. So they actually might not be too bad at holding that position. Again, Theoden's rear charging his own men. What does he hope to achieve from this shenanigans? I do not know. But he needs to stop it. These Theoden Rangers, by the way, got up to a silver chevron. I think they might have already been initially at bronze chevrons, but still. They've got no bronze chevron his entire army. He definitely could have probably just afforded another unit. Which is always that great question. Do you take like better, more elite infantry? Or do you bring like an extra infantry unit that could maybe do some work somewhere? Or just an extra unit of anything. Cav against Theoden didn't go. Probably a slightly better charge. My got the side of the Vari Wanderers. They are losing decisively now because of that. It also could be because they're just charging into pole arms. The pikes here though will make quick work with Theoden if he gets any closer to them. Which he has actually done. He's right. He needs to be careful here. Theoden, he is very much got his life on the line here. There you go, enemy general dead. Theoden's ran into those pikes and got himself killed. Now this unit, I can see what he was trying to do, but he should have gone backwards and then in. Instead of going, just trying to persist and going around. Yeah, he's now going to try and get a rear charge into the pikes. Very nice. It's actually the first effective rear charge he's probably got today. Theoden. He's just rear charged a lot of his own men. He's actually winning that fight. Look at that. Imagine if he had a healthy unit of cabs, this would be a dead unit of pikes right now. There you go, he routes. And I think that's... Well, yeah, that is probably Rohan finished, because, yeah, I think the Helming Gas are going to probably break here. Yeah, and that is that choke point open. And that is going to be the beginning of the end now for the defenders. Rohan and Gondor could not hold back the Dwarves and the men of Dorwinion. It seems as though the men of the West have failed. And it will be the forces of the East that will be triumphant and control all of Middle-earth here today. Looks like that Gondor's going to make some sort of last-ditch stand somewhere here with the Theoden Rangers. I'm not really sure. It's all kind of falling apart. I mean, I guess you could try and defend in front of here. And I mean, the Rangers will like hold on. They're decent in melee, but like I said, poor armor. And their general's kind of stuck here. So I guess you could also just try and defend the general instead of the cap point. Yeah, the general's losing to the pikes. Pikes will just beat your spears. Yep, it looks like the Theoden Rangers is going to try and hold this area back, but by falling back on that side, they also have let in the attackers. Yeah, these Dwarves as well are going to just, like, be milking kills here. Killing these poor Helming Gas as they run for their lives. Yeah, and look at that, yeah. Dorwinion spending no time, not wasting any time. It's going to go straight for the cap point. It's not even bothered about Gondor. And, yeah, we'll just fast forward now as we just watch Gondor hold on for its last few minutes. And he's got Dane here. He's going to go in for a rear charge. I mean, a rear charge from Dane right now into these spears would probably GG. I mean, he's gone for the pole arms, probably a better choice, really. But yeah, a rear charge from Dane into the spears as well. Oh, yeah. Will pretty much be the end. I mean, shock against spears as it is anyway. It's usually a nasty duo. But then if they go in for a charge onto these... a rear charge as well, even worse. I don't know. He's going to go for the Theoden Rangers. He decides to change his mind. Or not. I don't know what Dane's doing. Can't make up his mind. He's like, I've got so many good options. Yeah, there you go. I hope you guys did enjoy the siege anyway. It's certainly good to be back in Dawnless Days, having some working replays as well. because, yeah, the replay issue's still not really been sorted. So it's a bit of a lottery in whether a replay, when you save it, will work. The amount of great battles that I probably missed out on is saddening to think about. But yeah, a Pyrrhic victory here for Darwinian and for the Iron Hills. I don't know if it was Pyrrhic, but I'd say maybe close. I certainly think they had a lot of troops left. But yeah, this was sent in by Charlie Pope, who was playing as Darwinian. So thank you very much, man, for sending it in. 149 kills as Darwinian infantry here is not too shabby. 115 with the Vineland Guards. 130 with the Zavari Warriors, not too bad either. Yeah, he got some, just generally some pretty good kills as Darwinian infantry, most of them getting into the hundreds. But yeah, the rest of his infantry didn't really see too much action, apart from this Zavari Wanderer that did die pretty quickly to pole arms. Then we have Rex North, who was playing as the Iron Hills. I felt like a fair amount of the heavy lifting to try and get through some of those choke points. I mean, 141 kills with the Iron Hill Warriors here, 123 with the Manic Warriors, 184 with another one here. Yeah, his Manic Warriors actually, proving to be pretty useful. But I think a better player would have killed these guys off there, to be honest. 154 with another one as well. Carlin River Guard, 158 kills, 162 with the Carlin River Guard there, 136 with the Iron Guards, 165 with the Carlin Hunters, and the Crossbows even got 115 kills. Good for them. Then we have Unkind Cairo playing as Rohan. He actually did get 309 kills with Theoden. I'm not really sure how. Didn't think he was getting that many kills. I guess he killed off a whole pike unit. But I certainly think he could have got more kills with these guys. Just did a lot of rear charges. Household Knights getting 135. Again, I'm surprised at that. The Helmingast really is like his MVPs. 214 kills, 142 kills. One of his infantry got 115 kills, but yeah, the most of the rest getting very few kills. And look at this, Guards and Mutacells. It's elite, very elite spears here, both of them getting 0 kills. That's sad to see. Then we have Ruler playing as Gondor. His sword infantry here getting 101 kills, the best of the bunch. I honestly thought they were going to get more kills, but they didn't. His Founding Guard 2 and 18 kills. Yeah, both defenders really not making good use of their very elite infantry. That's sad to see. And the archers, again, MVPs really for the defenders here. 185 kills with the Athelian Rangers, 107 got with the Gondor Archers, 118 with the Athelian Rangers there. But there you go, guys. That is today's siege battle. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, do remember leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment show your support. Feel free to check out my Discord as well if you want to get involved in any Total War battles. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.